from heritage city Mysore, and here I am at the Lalita Mahal Palace, which is the second largest palace here in Mysore after the Mysore Palace. And it's a very, very grand structure here. It's inspired by the St. Paul Cathedral in London, and you'll see a lot of Renaissance elements here. From Italian flooring to the columns, and it's grandeur, it's oozing grandeur here. And just like the royal heritage of Mysore are these beautiful Mysore silk sarees, which have also been patronized by the royal family of Mysore. They are really into art, they are really into architecture, and they are into fine dressing, which is what these Mysore silk sarees are all about. So today we have a very special collection. We don't have one or two featured collections. We actually have three featured collections today. We have Mysore silks, we have gadwals, and then we have embellished sarees. And that's not all, we have so much more. Now coming to the Mysore silk saree itself, this drape, this kind of silk is very different from your conventional mulberry silks. It is very fluid, it just drapes around you, it is very, very accentuating. And at Shobitam, we have so many beautiful designs, so many zari patterns, so many different colors, and you're spoiled for choices at Shobitam. And these sarees, they're very understated. The typical Mysore silk that that was there maybe 2 decades ago, they were very, very understated. They would just have like a thin strip of zari on the two ends, a plain body, at the most some buttas, but now you have a whole lot of designs. You have checks, you have brocades, you have buttas, you have kalamkari on it, you have digital prints, and you'll see the full spectrum on Shobitam. So on that note, a very, very warm welcome to everyone who's joining in to this special edition of the Shobitam Trunkshow happening from Mysore. A very, very warm welcome to those of you who've just joined in. We are at the Lalita Mahal Palace in Mysore for a very special trunk show today. As most of you know, there is a special code for our trunk shows, and the code for today is palace, because the city is full of palaces, a lot of regal architecture, so we said palace is the right thing for today. And of course we're showcasing very, very royal weaves today, so it goes perfectly with it. So without further ado, let's get started. The Mysore silk sari has traditionally been very, very understated. It would just have, like I said, a thin strip of zari and very minimal designs, but there's been a lot of design innovation that's happened recently. And our first few saris today are a set which we've never showcased in Shobitam before, the ombre Mysore silks. So this is Sarojamma, she's here helping me. So look at this beautiful set of saris that she's holding. So we're going to start with that. The first sari today is a lovely ombre shade, and look at the colors. From a dusty lilac to a blue gradient to a sea green. Very, very pleasing colors. These are the colors of the season. A lot of you ask for these. And it's got zari stripes running across the body of the sari. And very beautiful, serene sari. Again, understated with its own natural charm. So this is the sari. The entire sari has this gradient. And I'll show you the pallu. So the pallu for the Mysore silk sari is typically like this, just thin strips of zari bands on it. And it comes with a sea green blouse piece. And this is how the sari would look if you drape it. So you can see how the colors slowly go from a lilac to a blue to a green. And it adds this little element of mystery as it transitions from one color to the other. So here is your first sari, and we have the ombres in a few different shades. Now the GSM, the zari, all of it is actually listed along with the product listings. Now these are 90 GSM saris, which means that every meter of the sari is approximately 90 grams. And the zari is tested zari, and the silk is pure silk, and it comes silk mark certified. See how fluid it is, how flowy it is, and that's the charm, that's this beauty of your Mysore silk. So here is your first sari. The second sari is also an ombre. Look at this. And again, same concept, but this one transitions from a sea green to a sky blue to a periwinkle to a cobalt blue. So 4 beautiful colors coming together from a medium shade to a light shade to a dark shade. So here is your next sari. So I'm just going to show you a few flavors. And our entire collection is on the shobitam.com Mysore Silks category page. That link is actually being posted as I speak. Now every sari that I'm showcasing today, as I'm showcasing it, the link is being posted. So all you have to do is click on the link to get the price, the details, more pictures. And if you still have any questions, our team is happy to get back to you. So this one is like a cantaloupe to a lovely light yellow to a pink to a darker pink. So very tropical color palette. And here is your next sari. So I'm thinking, instead of just standing here, we're going to show you around this place. So why don't you move along with me? So we'll show you, you know, this entire palace, parts of this palace, and then we're going to show you this city is known for its beautiful culinary skills. And there is these, you know, you have Mysore Pak, you have the Mysore Masala Dosa, you have Mysore Rasam. So we're going to showcase all that too in our show today. So come with me. Let's go to the floor up. Why don't you show the place? I'll follow you. So you can see it's a very, very beautiful palace. It's really big, and so many movie shootings have happened here. It's really big. The facade is so big, so grand, and then we're going to show you parts of that as well. So here we are in the mezzanine section, and we'll go up a little bit. Okay, so here is your next Mysore silk sari, and this one is a fusion sari. So you have your 2 ends with zari stripes, and the middle is actually digital print kalamkari. So a beautiful shades of blue, like a softer blue here with digital print, kalamkari digital print, and here the sides are with your zari stripes. So this is how this particular sari would look when it is draped here. So a very beautiful sari. You can see how light it is. It is perfect for every season. And here is the pallu. Again, like I said, all Mysore silk saris, most Mysore silk saris typically come with thin strips of zari. So that's the understated charm of your Mysore silk. And this is the blouse piece. Now Mysore silk again is a weave that was patronized by the Maharajas of Mysore. This was a fabric that was very different. There were special looms that were set up. They were imported all the way from Scotland. They were set up here, and the royals loved this fabric, and for the right reasons. And it's been here for a really, really long time. Now here is another sari. This one has a wider body, again with digital print pen kalamkari, and here are your borders with zari stripes, and this is a deep blue, like a deep Prussian blue with red. And this is what this particular sari would look like when it is draped, and very, very similar pallu and blouse piece. Another very, very beautiful sari. So yesterday, if you had seen us do the Trunkshow announcement on our social media pages, I wore something very similar. So this is your striped sari. It's got these dotted stripes, and it's got 3 different colors. So there is a dusty peach in the center, there is a coffee brown, and a rama green. And here it is. And on that note, if you're not connected with us on our social media channels, please do so. So we're going to post a link to our Instagram page, to our Facebook page, And it's always nice to be social because you get all our frequent updates, you know where we are going, what we are doing. And I love to be social, I love to keep in touch. So yeah, so those links are being posted. And here is your next sari. This is the blouse piece. Now all Shobitam saris, this is for those of you who are new, are ready to wear with fall picot tassels done. You can see these beautiful tassels which are completely handmade. And again, if you are connected with us on social media, you will actually see making videos of these stunning tassels. And I feel a silk sari is not complete without those beautiful tassels swaying as you walk. So here is your next sari, and this is the blouse piece. Again, on Shobitam, we are happy to customize any of your blouses. You can get any of your blouses for your Shobitam saris stitched from us, and we do it at a flat rate. Any pattern, your measurements, as long as the fabric permits. The next sari is a brocade sari. Shall we go up a little bit? So the next sari is a stunning brocade. It's been a bestseller, and that's the reason why I wanted to particularly show you. The Mysore silk sari typically comes with muted zari. So it's not your very, very loud zari. It comes with muted zari, especially the brocade saris. And this sari with a peacock and rudraksha butta has been a bestseller. It's a dusty lilac color. Look closely. And we have these beautiful tassels. Now, if you want fancier tassels for your saris, like the Zardosi ones, we can absolutely make that happen for you. And here is your next sari. You can see that even though it's a brocade sari, it just drapes so nicely. So that's the charm, that's the beauty of it. So here is your next sari. And then I'm going to show you one last sari before we transition to other categories. This is your three-part sari. So if you had seen, it's actually the same concept as what I'm wearing. So it has the two-line border, then it has these podi kattam, the minute checks, then it has the brocade in the center, a different kind of checks here, and then finally this border repeats. So here, take a look. The rete page two-stripe border, minute checks, the zari brocade, and then it has these different kind of checks here, and then finally it finishes off with this border. So very pretty sari in like a thistle shade and plum. And then, like I said, we have so many Mysore silks. We have almost 200 Mysore silks on the Shobitam website. So please do check them out. And now we're going to transition to our next category, the Gadwals. So our next featured collection for today is your gorgeous Gadwals. Take a look at this. So before that, we're just going to showcase this area. Come with me. So we're going to showcase Gadwals there. Look at how beautiful this palace is. All Renaissance architecture. Okay. So here is your Gadwal sari. It just came off the loom, as you can see. And this is your Gadwal roll. So a hand-woven sari, the Gadwal sari, comes as a roll. And are you excited to see what this sari is going to be? Let's check it out. A lovely magenta pallu. I see meenakari. And let's guess what the color of the body will be. All right. So it's a stunning peacock blue. And it's a beautiful pashmina style brocade. Look at the really, really long paisleys and the florals. So this design is inspired by the pashmina art. And look at the gorgeous pallu. How wide the lower border is. This is the top side border. And this is your sari. Now this sari, the link is being posted. But you can see this is a pure silk, silk mark certified, authentic handloom, authentic Gadwal sari. So these are as premium as you can get on your Gadwals. And this is how this particular sari looks when it is straight. You can see, it's just oozing grandeur. So this is your beautiful Gadwal. And I'm going to showcase a few more before we move on to the next section. Like I said, this show today is fully loaded. We have so much going on today. All right. So the next sari today is a lovely checks pattern Gadwal. And it's got these very, very nice English color checks. Very light lilac and a cream, a buttercream color. There are zari buttas and it comes with a hunter green contrast. So very unusual, very different. And look at this drape. So this is your typical Gadwal. You'll see some motifs here and there's a usage of both gold and silver zari on the pallu. And it's got these temple motifs here and here. This is your top side border, a lower side border, a beautiful amalgamation of classic and contemporary in one. So this is your next sari. The next one is also a fusion, a stunning fusion of your ikat and Gadwal. Now these are not saris that you typically find. Look at this, and it is really, really hard to weave these saris. So look at the ikat, pure silk ikat, Gadwal borders. This is the downside border, that is the top side border. A beautiful blouse piece, look at this. Here is the pallu, and look at this. Isn't it a charm? Now these saris are as unique as you, each one absolutely one of a kind. And this is how this particular sari drapes. This is how this particular sari drapes. Moving on to the next one. Look at this beautiful mint green. It's like a frost mint green with dual tone buttas on the body and these unique meenakari borders. The distinctly placed meenakari borders. This one has turquoise, this one has green, this one has yellow, this one has purple. So a very, very contemporary design while keeping the heritage element alive. And a very, very breathtaking pallu as well. So here is your next sari. The next one is your favorite. You know, a lot of you love peacock blue. So, oh, this is actually a peacock blue pallu, but the body is a grey, like an ash grey color, and beautiful gold and silver buttas. And look at the stunning borders and a breathtaking blouse piece. We have so many beautiful Gadwals that just came, and you know, we came all the way from Bangalore to here for the Trunkshow. The saris are not yet done with fall pico tassels yet. Look at this. But they will be before they are shipped out. So here is your next sari. Look at the stunning grey. Look at the border. And you should check out our entire Gadwal collection. We have so many distinct designs. This is just a small sample set to show you. So here is your next sari. Black. Who doesn't love black? So, and then we've always had this black and silver, which is amazing. I particularly own a black and silver Gadwal. I love it. And here is a very, very pretty black and silver Gadwal sari. It looks very nice with a work blouse. I'm wearing a work blouse right now. And for this sari, I have a work blouse as well. I actually wore it for one of our trunk shows maybe a couple years ago. And here is your beautiful black with small buttas, gold and silver. And look at the stunning pallu. And we have so many beautiful designs of Gadwals that just came in. Some are in Kora. So you'll see a Kora body with your silk, your mulberry silk pallu. So a lot of fusion, a lot of innovation, a lot of new designs. Very, very unique pieces. unique statement pieces. Now here is another stunning brocade. And now this is a loom that so many of you love. And we're just experimenting different colors. Here is a very soft pink shade. And it comes with silver zari. Look closely. Beautiful silver zari monocolor sari. Look at these tassels that are being done. Like I said, all Shobitam saris are ready to wear with all pico and tassels done, so you don't have to worry about, finding a tailor around you, all of that. So we keep the hassle out of the process. So here is your beautiful Gadwal sari. Now, if you want blouses stitched from us, we are happy to do it. Now, these saris, most south silks, are woven with a very, very generous width. See, it's coming all the way up to here. Some of you are absolutely comfortable with it. Some of you feel that it actually bulks you up. So if you want, or if you find sari draping very daunting, we are happy to do pre-stitched saris too for you. And here is your next Gadwal sari before you move on to other categories. So look at this. It's a beautiful blue-green dual tone with these meenakari buttas, floral buttas, and a cream contrast. So it's very unusual. Typically you find the lighter color body with darker color borders. So I thought this looked very fascinating. Look at this. So a rich cream pallu, it looked very beautiful when done. So I'm just going to quickly show you. So here is your next sari. See how gorgeous it is. So on that note, we're going to wrap the Gadwal section and move on to our next category. So now is a good time to pause and ask a Mysore related trivia question. And whoever answers this correctly first is going to get a special gift from Shobitam. And this is valid to the first person answering it correct on Insta. They get a separate gift. And the person who answers correctly on Facebook gets a separate gift. So here it is. Who were the longest rulers in Mysore? And they ruled all the way till independence, till 1947. Now here are 4 options. The poll will be posted and you can vote online. So here are your 4 options. 1. A. Chettiars. B. Wodeyar. C. The Amba family. 4. The Mughal Sultanate. So again, here are the 4 options. A. The Chettiars. B. Wodeyar. C. The Amba family. D. The Mughal Sultanate. So waiting. So our team will identify who got the answers first and they will post out the winner. So let's move on to the next section. Alright, so we are ready to reveal the poll answer. Like I said, our next collection is the embellished saris, which are right here. Look at this, but we're going to reveal the answer. Now, Mysore was ruled by the Wodeyar family. Here you can see His Highness Chamaraja Wodeyar. So this palace is decked with beautiful paintings. You can see how nicely they are all dressed up, the Rajas and the Ranis. And one thing that I noticed, so if you go to Mysore Palace or see the beautiful paintings, you'll see women dressing up in saris, which are actually flowing a few inches. They're actually not just touching the floor, but you will see beautiful frills. So, a lovely draping styles that have been around, especially in this part of the country. Now, these people, the royal family in Mysore is known for all finery, real finery. And I just thought that was very interesting to see the beautiful sari draping style. So very low draping style where the saris are actually touching the floor and they're wearing these nice waist belts. So I just thought it was fascinating and I wanted to share that with you. Okay, so now let's move on to our embellished sari collection. And we have so many embellished saris that just came in. This is, like I said, a small sample set. Now, what is different about this set of embellished saris compared to the one that was showcased a few weeks back is that these are in a different price point. So these are in a more lower, more affordable price point compared to the previous one, because some of you asked for those. And to us, the voice of the customer is very, very important. So, you know, whatever you feel that we are missing, please do let us know and we'll make that happen for you. So let's get started. Oh, I'm so confused because they're all so pretty. So let's start with this deep olive green. And this is a jal sari. And you'll be surprised at the price points of these saris. So these are very, very affordable. The reason why this is very different from the other one is these are machine embroidered. These are machine embroidered. The ones that we showcased before were, you know, hand done. So imagine it would take a lot more time, lot more effort to do this completely by hand. And this is a satin material. Some of these are satin, some of these are Georgette satin mix, some of these are chinon. Now look at this deep olive green sari, and it's got beautiful stonework and katdana. Actually, yeah. So look at the stonework and katdana work jal throughout, and the jal is in all the prominent parts of the sari. So here is the pallu, this is the front, and then the rest of the sari, the pleats area, has work along the skirt border. So just the part that prominently shows, and the work is there throughout. And then it comes with a fancy blouse. So very beautiful work on the sleeve, you can see it makes a difference. And this is the work on the back. And we actually have this and other colors, other very, very similar colors on Shobitam. The designs are somewhat similar, but this concept sari is there in so many beautiful colors. There's like a black, there's a mustard, there's a maroon, so you'll find all the beautiful shades there. The next one is a peacock blue, and this is your shimmer Georgette fabric. And look at the work, very minimal work done only along the borders. And here, very minimal, but at the same time very graceful. This is perfect for evening wear. And one thing that I want to tell you up front is there may be a few imperfections. So there may be a few imperfections, not the edges will be completely done. So you may see a few threads coming here and there. There may be a few stones that may come out, but it will not all happen at once, and that's very, very natural, very, very characteristic of these saris. But you can see how they are. You can see how they are. And here is your sari. And all of these, you can see a beautiful motif here. So most of these are solid colors with some work along the edges, or some have booties, or they have a jal. So I'm going to show you all the flavors that we have today. So here is your next sari. Okay. Who doesn't like a black sari? Who doesn't like a black sari? And we have two very beautiful black saris today. And this is Georgette, and it's tone on tone work, meaning the stones are also in the same color. And here you can see it's very flowy. And like I said, there are two designs. This one is a floral tone on tone micro stones. So the stones are very, very small. It's got this beautiful shimmer. And this is the pallu, this is the front, same concept. The work is on all prominent parts of the sari. So here is your sari. And the blouse piece also has work, very, very minimal work for the sleeve. Just like a black dress, I think a black sari is a must-have if you love saris. And this is the other pattern that I was talking about. The other one was a floral one, and this one is stripes. So it's got these stripes running across, tone on tone stones. And here is your sari. Here is your sari. And then The next sari is also a stonework, a micro stonework sari, and this time it's a beautiful rust orange color. Who doesn't like rust orange? I think it's a color that's very, very flattering for our desi skin tones. And here is a beautiful rust orange with these copper color stones and a jal pattern. And this is how this particular sari looks. The next one is a georgette. This is a lighter sari, very minimal work, and it's got gota work, very minimal gota work. Again, we have the sari in a few shades. Take a look at this. And here is your beautiful dusty pista color. I love this color. It's a dusty pista color, gota work, and a little bit of stone and kandana work. So here is your next sari. Very, very minimal. And then I'm going to showcase two more saris before we move on to our next collection. We have Banarsis today, we have Kanjivarams, we have our lace border saris, and so much more. So here is your next sari. Look at this. Here is your next sari. It's a crinkled chinon sari. And look at the kardana work. Look at the beautiful kardana and sequence work. And here it is. Now, here is the pallu. The pallu comes with a scallop border. So this is your next sari in a beautiful pink, a pink thistle shade. So pink with a little bit of a lavender mix. So it's a very, very, very pretty sari, very charming color. Now the last sari today. Now like I said, this collection is just a sample set. We have a whole bunch on Shobitam. Now every sari that I'm showcasing today is on the special page called shobitam.com/live. The link is being posted. So every sari showcased today for the trunk show, all these new releases are on that page. So here is your next sari. It's a beautiful moss yellow color. So yellow with a tinge of lime green, and it's got the scallop border with stone work on it. So here is your next sari. And on that note, we're going to wrap this particular collection and move on to the next one. It is Indian summer. Although this place is surrounded by the Deccan Plateau, you have these beautiful Chamundi hills, but it is Indian summer, and nothing beats Indian summer better than your lassi. So this is called Majjige. It's a Karnataka special. So it's basically your buttermilk, and it's got ginger, it's got hing, it's got chilies, green chilies, coriander, curry leaves. So it's really, really soothing for your summer days. And I'm going to have this along with Sarojamma. So we've come here, we got here 2 days back all the way from Bangalore. And she's here helping me fold these saris.
ನಮ್ಮ ಶೋಭಿತಮ್ ಕಂಪ್ನಿ ಸಾರಿ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ. ಮ್ಯಾರೇಜ್ಗೆ, ಮದುವೆಗೆ, ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಗೆ.
So she's saying that our saris are very, very good and everybody needs to come over to us.
ಕಲರ್ ಸಾರಿಗಳಿದೆ ನಮ್ಮದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ, ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ. ಬನ್ನಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಶೋಭಿತಮ್ ಕಂಪ್ನಿಗೆ.
All right. So on that note, let's move on to our next section. All right. So we came here as a team of 5. You met Sarojamma. Now we also have Ravindra. We tease Ravindra. We call him the Dawn of Mysore. But he actually manages catalog for us. And then we have Prashant. Prashant manages, come here Prashant. So all the amazing content that you see on our social media is managed by him. So he's the one who's actually behind the camera today. So Ravindra, meet Prashant. All right, so now let's move on to our next category. All right, so we're going to move to another section. What's this, Ravindra?
Apana, do you want to taste this? It is a Mysore Pak.
Mysore Pak.
Was made for Rajas only to Mysore
Made for
only.
Rajas. Okay. So here is a little trivia. Oh my God, you open this box, it smells so divine. It smells of ghee. It's freshly made. This is Mysore Pak. And let's talk about the story of Mysore Pak as we move to the other section. Come. So I was reading some trivia about the Mysore Pak. So the Rajas here, the royal family here, they loved all finery, like I said. Be it clothing, be it architecture, be it food. Who doesn't like good food? And apparently, he asked the royal cook to prepare a sweet with very basic ingredients. And the cook made the sweet with just 3 basic ingredients: besan, ghee and sugar. Just 3 ingredients. And when the Maharaja put it in his mouth, it just melted. And that's the beauty of Mysore Pak. It just melts in your mouth. And when the king asked, wow, this tastes so good, what is it? He didn't have a name in mind because he had just invented this beautiful sweet. And he said, Mysore Pak. So that's how it got its name. Pak is basically your chashni. So Mysore Pak is this lovely sweet. You should absolutely taste it if you get a chance to do it. So Ravindra, after the trunk show recording, we'll all taste it together.
Yes, sure.
So we also went to some very, very beautiful temples on the way. We prayed for, the trunk show to go well, all of that. We pray for all of you customers. We pray for our viewers. So there was this beautiful temples. We visited some beautiful temples. And if you check out, all the lovely things that we did on our way here on our social media pages. So if you're not connected with us yet, please do so. The link is being posted. So let's move on to our next category, which is the Banarsis. And we have a very beautiful collection today. Okay. Let's show them the roof here, beautiful domes. This is where KGF 1 and 2 were shot. And you'll see why. Beautiful architecture, very, very stunning architecture. Reminds you of Europe, the cathedrals of Europe. And look at these columns. There are beautiful Belgian chandeliers, stained glasses, so much here. All right, so on the Banarsi section, we have a very new collection, a very innovative concept, something that we've not showcased before. So these are your silk saris with velvet weaving. Look at this. Have you seen anything like this? Your silk saris with a velvet weave. And that is our next collection. So here is a dusty pista green sari, mushroom silk, and it's got these buttas, and all these buttas have a velvet embossed weave. Look at this. So very unique, very standout, pure silk saris. And when I say pure silk, I really mean it. And the reason why I say that is, I've seen so many websites, I've seen so many people say pure. They use the word pure, they say silk, they say Banarsi, but none of them is true. When you say silk, it has to be pure mulberry silk, silk mark certified. When you say handloom, it has to be made by hand. A lot of people call, power looms as handlooms. We don't do that. What you see, what is there on the listing is exactly what you get. So this is a pure silk sari, Banarsi, woven in Banaras with this beautiful velvet embossed look. And here is the first sari in this collection. The link is being posted. And I'm going to showcase other saris in this range. So here is a dusty amethyst, also with buttas, Meenakari buttas. And look at this border. It's got these Kari motifs or the paisley motifs in velvet. So it's a velvet embossed weave. There is purple, there's pink, there's red, there's mustard. So a very unique concept sari. You will not find this easily. And this is pure mushroom silk. It's a dusty lilac color. And mushroom silk, the sari is woven and then dyed. So you will see a little bit of uneven colors, and that's very, very natural, very, very characteristic. It's not a defect, and that's how the sari is. So here is your next sari in pure mushroom silk. So mushroom silk has, if you're not familiar with it, has a very satin-like texture. So it's very, very soft to the touch, very luxurious fabric. So here is your next sari. The third sari is the bottle green with buttas and also these beautiful velvet embossed meenakari buttas. And here is your next sari. The next one is a lovely turquoise blue, and this one has a jal. Now we have this in a lilac as well. So you'll see more options on Shobitam. This one is a beautiful turquoise. Look at the jal and look at the embossed buttas. So it's got a texture to it, a very nice texture, two very royal fabrics. When you say velvet, it is a royal fabric. Mushroom silk is an equally royal fabric, very luxurious to the touch. So two very stunning fabrics woven together. So that is product innovation here. Now this time it's a Georgette sari, same concept, a Georgette sari in chocolate brown and this beautiful velvet meenakari jal. And you'll see more pictures, the blouse piece, all of that on the website. Now here is your next sari, exactly the same concept, but in tissue. So this is lavender tissue sari. So there are very fine golden yarns. It's very subtle. The tissue warp is very subtle. Look closely. You'll see a mild shine to it. And it's got these beautiful meenakari buttas and a stunning border. So this is the velvet interweave on pure Banarsi silks collection that just got launched. And now let's move on to our regular Banarsis. Okay. Look at this sari. Again, something very unique. It's a revival sari. When I say revival sari, this was the technique that used to be there before, not practiced in between, and now it's reviving. It's a pure Banarsi sari woven on net. Look at this. Pure Banarsi sari woven on net, and we have this in two colors. It's a Banarsi Paithani sari. So this is your Banarsi woven in Banaras with Paithani style borders and on net fabric. Very charming. And look at this beautiful wide skirt border, the zari buttas, and this is your top side border with munia motifs. So sheer beauty. So this is your next sari. Like I said, we have this in another color. We have it in a red. Now mushroom silks. We have so many mushroom silks on Shobitam. We have them in two ranges. The pure mushroom silks, just like this. It's a beautiful gray. Look at the water zari, a subtle color of zari, a color between gold and silver. And this color looked very out of the ordinary. So this is your mushroom silk material. And like I said, we have two price ranges. We have the pure ones and then we have the semi. So you'll see both options, a lot of choices in both categories. This is your timeless favorite. It's a rang cart inspired. It's not a true rang cart. It's a rang cart inspired sari with multicolors. Now these multicolor saris are really in. And we have a few options on Shobitam. These always sell. And here is a blue. Here is a blue base with these very complementary colors like a sea green, lilac, mustard. So here is your next sari. A lovely mushroom silk again. Now we had this design, this loom in a deep midnight blue, and this time it's a stripes. This fabric feels so good. It feels so good to the touch. And here is your sari. A beautiful mushroom silk sari with 3 color stripes, a magenta, a mustard and black. Very minimal zari borders and beautiful dome-shaped buttas. So here is your next sari. It comes with a buta blouse piece in magenta. The next is a stunning meenakari. Now Banaras is this place that's been in the crossroads of several cultures passing by. So it's got a lot of cultural influences from all over the world. When the Mughals came, they brought a lot of Persian influence, and you'll see that in the saris as well. So here is a beautiful meenakari sari in a deep plum shade. Look at the meenakari skirt border, very intricate design, and a gorgeous pallu, and here is your sari. Isn't it stunning? So this is your next sari. Now this is the reverse side. Some of you prefer net on the back. If you want net on the back side so it doesn't catch on to your jewelry or whatever, we can absolutely do that for you. Here is another very, very interesting sari. Look at this. Also a mushroom silk, and this time it's a bandhani. So a rani pink mushroom silk with gorgeous bandhani mandalas. There's red, there's mustard, there is your firoza. So a very, very beautiful sari. This is the pallu. Look at the tassels. And this is how this one drapes. Now we got a whole bunch of these multicolor saris that you always love. And I just picked a sample set of 2 saris to show you. We have them in the horizontal stripes, we have them in the vertical stripes, and then we also have the checks. So this is a beautiful multicolor panel design Banarsi sari. It's lightweight, it's colorful, and of course very unique. So this is how this particular sari drapes, and we have so many of this. A really, really wide color palette. Now a very, very warm welcome to everyone who's joining in. This is the special trunk show happening from Mysore. And here we are in our Banarsi range. This is your tissue sari, your tissue Banarsi. And the tissue is very, very subtle because the tissue is not in gold. The tissue is actually in lavender color. And look at the scallop border sari. And again, this is just a sample. We have this in so many beautiful colors. So your beautiful Banarsi tissue sari. The next one is your Kora. Kora is your Indian name for organza. And this time we have a jal. Typically you'll see your koras with just your plain borders. And this one is a lovely pista green with a beautiful jal with gold, silver and neem. So here is your next sari. Again, we have this in 3 colors that just came in. Now I was talking about the multicolor saris. I told you we had the stripes. We also have the checks. I thought the sari looked very, very fascinating. Shades of pink Banarsi sari with bootas and a maroon contrast. Look at this. And on that note, we come to the end of the Banarsi collection. We're going to move on to Kanjivarams next. So our next collection today is the Queen of Silks, your breathtaking Kanjivarams. And we have many, many saris today. We have the pure zari saris too, and I'm going to showcase the sari as we walk to a very interesting part of this palace. I just thought it was very interesting. Come with me. Look at this. A beautiful elephant made in wood, handcrafted in wood, with inlay work, lot of inlay work, and that's the specialty of this region. And elephants remind me of the Dussehra festival. So this place is very, very culture rich. And the Dussehra, the 10-day Dussehra festival in Mysore is a sight to behold. So the palace is lit up. There are, elephants that go on processions. So it's a really, really beautiful thing to visit, a beautiful festival to visit. And Mysore is one of those places. So I'm going to show you something interesting. Look at this elevator. Even the elevator is so royal. They have like a seat here. Isn't it fancy? Check this out. Beautiful elevator, and it's got mirrors, a lovely seat. So I just thought it looked something that I wanted to share. Alright, so let's move on to our Kanjivaram sections now. Now this first sari in the Kanjivaram section today is a pure zari sari. When I say pure zari, the difference between a pure zari sari and the tested zari is just the ratio of gold and silver. All zari, whether it's tested or pure, have gold, they have silver, they have copper. So these 3 are the three key metals. Now with pure zari, the ratio of gold and silver go up. That's the only difference. So here is a pure zari sari. Now back in the days, In our grandma's times, every sari was a pure zari sari, but with gold and silver prices skyrocketing, you know, tested zari came into the picture. So the ratio slightly differed, the proportions differed. So it's a lovely yellow gold with a cream, and it's got these temple zari motifs or your tarampu motif. And look at this gorgeous beauty. A very generously woven tissue sari in gold, and it's got this brocade, temple brocade. Sorry, this is not tissue, it's a brocade sari in a beautiful yellow gold and cream. And here is the blouse piece. And somebody did ask for this particular combination, which is why the sari is here. Look at this. Very, very regal sari. And this is how this sari looks. The next sari is also a beauty. It's the soft sandalwood color. A very, very soft sandalwood color against a chocolate brown. And it's got resham buttas, so it's not your zari, it's silk buttas. And here is the border. And there's a little bit of color, a little bit of red given here, a vermilion given here, or just a little dash of color. And here is your sandalwood color sari with your chocolate brown contrast. Another pure zari sari. Look at this. It's a full brocade sari. Look at the weave. It's a peach. It's a peach against a purple, and full brocade. Look at the pallu. Now these are all new designs. These are not designs that we've launched before. So these are new looms. Look at the tassels. Every Shobitam silk sari will have its tassels. And here is the sari. It's got a very wide border, not just on the top, but on the bottom as well. And look at this. Now these are inspired by arches, architecture. The arches architecture. And look at this. And here is your stunning brocade blouse piece. Next one is a soft lilac. Now it's a lilac with a frost tone, which means you'll see a bit of a cream. So a cream and lilac dual tone with a cream, a short width. Some of you asked for a short width border. So here's a short width Kanjivaram. And it's got these peacock buttas. And the difference between a peacock and an annapakshi is, a peacock is a full peacock, just like it would be. An annapakshi has a bill of a duck and the plumage of a peacock. So two beautiful birds in one. And here is your next sari in a frost lilac with a cream contrast. The next sari is also a pure zari sari, this time in a beautiful reddish pink. It's called a rose color pink. So the color of your typical rose is this color. And it's got these beautiful patola design with florals. It's again inspired by the Banarsi pattern, and look at this lovely korvai weave in a contrasting sea green. So beautiful rose color red, a rose flower red with a contrasting border. And this is a short width border for a Kanjivaram. So very, very, very pretty sari in a very unusual combination. Typically you'll see the other way. You'll see the sea green body with the red contrast. Now here is another beautiful sari. It's a blue, a light turquoise with a pink, and here is the sari. And like I said, you'll see more pictures, you'll see the pricing, description, all of that on the website. Now, we can dress up any sari. Now, a lot of you ask for this. You purchase the sari and then ask for embellishments to be done on the sari. And that's an in thing these days. So if you want any sari that you see on Shobitam to have cut work, to have Zardosi work, we can absolutely do that for you. So here is your next sari, and look at the work that's done here, and look at the butta border. And we have them in so many different colors. These are all done in-house. So anything that you want, we can do that for you. Now if you want any blouses that you buy for your Shobitam saris to have hand work, just like this one, we can do it for you. You can give your own designs or choose a design that is there on our blouse page. And then we have many blouses as well. Here is the next sari. Look at this, really heavy sari and a beautiful shade of pink, a bright shade of pink, a lovely brocade. It's perfect for your special occasions, and a wide border on both sides. So a mono color, no contrast. It's actually a dual tone but with no contrast, pink, and I love pink. It's a beautiful Rani pink. It is very flattering for our desi skin tones, and here is the blouse piece. And now we come to the last few minutes of the trunk show. Can't imagine that 1 hour has gone by, and we're going to showcase blouses. We just had a fresh photo shoot done and we've got 30 exciting blouses. I'm just going to give you a sneak peek of them today. And these blouses are going to go out on Thursday, so keep an eye out for it. Here is one. It's a lovely mustard lavender, and it's got this zardosi work and sequins and meenakari work on it. And it's a color, a very neutral color that will go with many of your saris. So the mix and match blouses, just like what I'm wearing, will go with not just the same color saris, but you can really contrast them with so many other ones. Bright orange, a beautiful bright orange blouse, close neck, and look at the net design and the kaddana. So here is your next blouse. Look at the potli detailing. And then I have 2 tissue blouses. Now these tissue blouses, you absolutely love them. We have them in other colors. This time we decided to do a blue and a pink. So this is the back design with a scallop neck. And here is the front and a wide sleeve. You always love this design. The tissue raw silks. These are pure tissue raw silks. So it's got a light shine to it. And then same fabric, different color, different pattern. So here is your pink, a beautiful pink with your brocade in the front, short sleeves. Now all these blouses are completely customizable. We can do standard sizes, we can do custom sizes, we can change the neckline, we can change the back pattern, we can change the sleeve length, we can do all of that for you. So do keep an eye out for our blouse collection coming up this Thursday. And I want to quickly, thank you all for taking time out on a Sunday to be with us. It really means a lot. And I really hope that you love this special edition trunk show that we showcased all the way here from Mysore. Again, the special code for today is Palace, P-A-L-A-C-E, Palace, because we are here in a palace and Mysore is all about royalty. So we really want to thank all of you. We introduced you to our team. I told you we were a team of 5. So I'll just introduce our driver Chandru. So he was the one who brought us all the way here, and he was very familiar with Mysore. So he took us to a lot of interesting places. We had a lot of adventure, a lot of fun, and it's going to be interesting going back as well. So on that note, it's me Aparna signing off. Until next time, I hope you all have a very healthy, happy time, and we'll catch again very soon.